Right, we got some changes to make. As many of you know, I'm not really into like massively long-term tanks. The Rainbow River you can see behind me was created 6 months ago, almost to the day, give or take a few days or a week or something. I consider it done, it's complete. It won't change from how it is now because that's just it, it's done. Part of my hobby is recreating new things, and for me 6 months is plenty of time to experience something, to enjoy it, and then to move on. So that is what I'm doing. Stripping the whole thing down, and it will be swinging around into this space here. Can you see that space there? Sort of. It's a decent sized space, look. Okay, so this whole wall, this is where I did have the, what was it? The desk thing that I created for the nano tanks. So I want to bring it round, and that's going to actually free up more room along the whole wall then for some 60 centimetre tanks and possibly the reef that I was talking about. So like a nice little reef tank, lots of like little corals, watching them grow over time. I mean, maybe that will be the one that I leave for long term because, as you know, coral reefs take a long time to establish. Like, you can't be doing anything in 6 months, to be fair. But that's cool. Like a little cube like that, you can just watch progress as time goes on. That's good. That's good fun for me. But for planted tanks, I like new challenges, new goals, and new looks. So that's what we're gonna do. Click subscribe. Right, that's all of the wood and all of the sort of top plants out, the immersed plants, ivy it was, and some of the, what was it, Boston fern as well, but that wasn't doing too well. Basically, when I put that in here, it'd been out in the cold for a while and it never really took off like it should have done and was kind of casually dying back. But I have just pulled up this crenum, look. It's never been in any sort of substrate, just in the water column, and everyone says it's a heavy root feeder, so it just goes to show, I mean, clearly it's a heavy root feeder, but that is amazing. I love that. So yeah, I'm going to be putting all the plants that are in here. They're all epiphyte plants, so there's like, well, not really. This isn't traditionally an epiphyte plant, but it's worked in that way. We've got Java fern, we've got Anubias down there, Bobitus. Yeah, so I'm going to put them all in my storage tanks and then get everything out. Well, it's raining really hard outside. I don't know if you can hear that. Oh, it's just stopped. Anyway, I think that's looking cool. Look at that. It's a little bit sort of higgledy-piggledy and a bit sort of unorganised, I guess. I'm using a hose cleaner, or pipe cleaner, sorry, to hold that light on because that's what I've got available, so why not? I'm also crouching down because I want to get everything in shot for you guys, but look at that. I like that. Quite like it. Just like a random sort of shelving lot, and it all looks good though, doesn't it? Good move. So the tank is cleared, awesome, and what's a bonus is, now that it's clear, I found Vlad. If you guys remember, Vlad is my armoured shrimp that I put in there months ago, I don't even know. But anyway, I put him in, I've seen him twice since, I think, because he was hiding in amongst all the rocks. He's okay, yay! What I'm going to do is move all these fish, apart from the rainbows, the dwarf neon rainbows, I'm going to put them into the 4-foot angel aquarium, and all the Danios can go into oh well, let me turn you around, into the old goldfish tank, which is that one. Is that showing? I don't even know because I'm twisted round. There we go. So yeah, they're going in there. I'll probably take them back to the shop at some point with the cave fish. I'm still waiting to take all those back, so I'll bag them up and take them back. And then we can start with something new again. I know some people don't agree with that ethos, but my view is I can take the fish back, the fish shops can resell them, make some more money, someone else gets to enjoy them, and I get to show you guys some new fish. So it's the next day since, well, yesterday, when you saw me clearing all of this out. Everything's clear. Underneath is still the tank that I've got down there that I had the storage plants in, and also the cave tetra. All that's left in there now is just some water I need to take out, then we can actually swing this whole thing around. But first of all, you're not going to believe this. I came into the studio this morning and there were worms everywhere. Right, excuse the mess, but you can still kind of see the destruction on the floor still. There's just like dirt and stuff everywhere. So basically, these are the worms in the packet still. After I opened them up and I tried to feed one to Pancho, which he didn't eat by the way, because he doesn't like what's on them, what they were made in. They've got a funny flavour, I think. I'll get to that in a minute because it sounds ridiculous, but trust me. Anyway, see there's tape along the top here? That was all sealed up and good. And yesterday I put this on top of it and it obviously opened it up. Came in this morning and the worms have gone everywhere. You can just see like there's dirt and that everywhere. So yeah, apparently those worms are bred in like a manure or like a proper stinky sort of soil. And as soon as I put it in and wiggle it over Pancho's mouth, he goes, takes it in, swishes it around his mouth a bit and just spits it out. And I'm like, oh, for crying out loud. I thought I had a constant source of food for him that I could grow myself. Maybe if I start my own culture, it will sort of clean them up, if you like, and the new babies will be different. But the reason I know it's just those worms is because we've had quite a bit of rain in the past week, which meant that the ground, the soil is now waterlogged again, which means when I dig up the soil, there's actually worms there, because there hasn't been for like a month. There's been nothing. I've been digging everywhere. No worms anywhere. This morning, I went out and dug up because it's been raining for days now, and I found 4 fat, juicy worms. I put them in for Pancho, ate them, and I waited, stayed down, put another one, ate more. So he likes local worms. He likes organic free-range worms. I've got the fussiest axolotl ever. Well, that's great to know because I hate feeding him bloodworms because he just doesn't feel like he's getting any nutrients. And I can see that he's not looking as good as when he has worms. Like when he has worms, big full belly, his gills go bigger, just general health has massively improved. So I'm really happy that the rains have come and given us more worms. So what I'm going to do is just get an absolute boatload of them and start a culture from these worms, I think, because these ones are perfect. Click subscribe. Right, it has actually been a few days now since I moved everything out of the tank you see behind me, and I'm in a bit of a predicament, so I'm going to kind of ask for your advice. I like hearing what you guys think. Sometimes it can help me make a good decision. Excuse the glare, there's a slight scratch on the lens which is making all the sort of highlights sort of go a bit weird, but this is what I'm talking about. So we've got a big space here. Original plan was to swing this whole aquarium round to there, possibly have one tank next to it on the side. But if you look now, I've got that 60cm Opti-White tank available, and currently has the storage tank, you know, at the moment, but I've got this tank down here available as well. Now, I actually quite like having the tank divided into 2 sections of the room for 2 reasons. 1, it looks great as a backdrop, no matter where I am. 2, it lights the whole middle section, because I've got 2 big lights above it. Let me show you. There you go, 2 big lights above it. And number 3, I don't know. I don't know why I said 3. Number 3, I suppose, it gives me even more space for tanks in this section here, because if I now flip it across, it's going to take up to about that space there, and then I've only got a little bit of space to that tank as it is. Whereas right now, if I leave it where it is, I can put a 60cm next to this, and I can put that cube aquarium, still have loads of space until we get over to the 4-foot angelfish aquarium. So basically what I'm saying is, if I actually just keep it how it is now and do a rescape of what was there before, it'll actually give me room for actually, why do I keep saying actually? It will give me more room basically for 2 more tanks next to it without it being cramped. Now surely, for all of us, including myself, more tanks, more content, more fun, yeah? But then what am I going to do in this tank? Well, I'm kind of thinking, now hear me out, this could be quite cool. Opposite this tank, obviously, we've got the 4-foot angelfish aquarium, which is basically South American fish. What if we make this an Asian aquarium? So just like gouramis, barbs, loaches, that kind of thing. How good would that be? Maybe I could try and go full sort of Asian and just stick to Asian plants as well. Although that does kind of limit it a little bit, but I know, I won't worry about that. Asian fish aquarium, that would be cool, wouldn't it? And what I'm thinking is I want to do something like a 3 islands composition, so like 3 exploding islands, one big one in the middle, smaller one to the side, and then an even smaller one down to this side, and have that rotational flow that I had before, but just green it right out. And how about a full Glossostigma green carpet? I can have that covered. I don't have anything that's a full big carpet, so I think that'll look quite cool, don't you? The first tank full carpeted. I get it all grown in first before we add the fish, so then just tear it all up. But I can do that in no time at all now. And I'm thinking over that side, closer to the wall, pack it out with loads of big growing stem plants. So we've got a wall of green up near to the edge of the studio, and then as we come out it sort of gets progressively less with the stem plants, but then you've got a full green carpet covering the whole base. Oh, it's got to be done, right? Let me know if you agree. So I think it's a really good move putting the rainbows, the dwarf neon rainbows, in the tank behind me, the angelfish aquarium. They're behaving really nicely in there. They're swimming beautifully, getting along with all the other fish, and their colours actually look really good under these lights as well. There's slightly more yellowy sort of tone to them than the previous lights that were on the Rainbow River, and I think it's just really making them pop. You know, they've got those sort of bluey, pearlescent-y scales that just glimmer, and they're really showing in this. But anyway, it's going to be really exciting building that new tank. The idea is really starting to tick along in my head now. I can visualize it, and it's going to be great. And I'm going to do it like a giant dirted tank, I think, as well. I'm going to cap a load of the dirt with sand and just do it that way. Leave it fish free for a little while, just to let all that sort of carpeting plant bed right in, get a full sea of green with roots everywhere before we put our fish in. I think that will look brilliant. Well, that is if I can wait that long. Anyway, guys, lots of exciting things coming up, so make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and I will see you on the next one.